My name is Rose Longwolf. I was born from Stanley Want, which is my father, from the Pomo Nation in Yokayo Rancheria in Mendocino County. So that's where I grew up. I have raised 8 children along with my partner and my husband for 40 years here in Solano County. When I look at community, I look at the whole United States. Like I could be one tribe and I see another tribal member and I just immediately know those are my people and those are my community. And we will acknowledge each other, um, even with the just the eyes, like hi, how are you? Like, we want to say, hey, how are you? Where are you from? But we don't. Um, but we connect. So it makes us feel like, those are our community. Even if we've never met and won't ever meet again, that's what community is, or the connection part, but also to be able to just hold each other like relatives and close and
Hmm.
helpful. Not one above each other, always, always giving and helping. So I think being a native navigator to me means that I am helping to identify areas that can help the native community um, thrive in this society. You know, a lot of native communities are still really resentful, prideful, um, and don't want to communicate with with society, or they don't know how. So I feel like my presence in helping Native people just to be able to try to engage in societies outside of our own. The stigma of the alcohol and drug abuse, even though there are those challenges, those are another challenge. Our people are getting so addicted to these things, and it's destroying our communities. So that's the challenge: the drugs and the alcohol, the
Hmm.
poverty. Um, so I think how to correct those things. The more I see is more cultural knowledge being learned by our own people, because people assume that because we're native, we know these things already. Oh, well, why don't we? But then with that comes why we don't know those things. And then it starts going back, the historical traumas and um, things that the US government has played in that part, right? So, so those challenges of just knowing who we are and is one of the things that I can see that we are as communities are helping each other learn those things again, and respect for ourselves, right? Things like that. We are learning those things because we didn't even realize that we didn't know them. Not being able to walk or understand each other because we are not that person. You can't say, oh, well, I understand what you're going through when you cannot. You can never understand, especially, and I can only say for myself, being a Native person, like nobody will understand what it is to be a Native person unless you are a Native person. Um, so a lot of times, people make assumptions I think all we want is for people to understand that we are from here. We're not going anywhere. We are resilient and we are still here, and we want to be seen and heard. You know, even if you have to listen to the horrific stuff that we have endured, like it gets old, and we don't want to keep talking about it, and I'm sure people don't want to keep hearing about it. But I really feel like if people can at least acknowledge what we have gone through and what we want, we only wanted to live. And that's exactly what we want to do now. We don't want riches. What are we going to do with riches? We're going to end up sharing. So we're never going to be that 1% on top, ever, ever, ever. Because that is not who we are. We are people of community and sharing and caring. So our way of life was always meant to take care of each other. Nobody was left behind. Nobody was above. Even the chief, he was probably the poorest one because he gave everything away to make sure everybody had something. So so that's my wish for people to understand, is that we just want to live.